my name's Drew Bloom. I've been a bail bondsman for 27 years, since 1996. I'm one of the bondsmen here at 3D Bail Bonds and one of the Ds of 3D Bail Bonds. One of the most common questions I get is, how do I find out if I have a warrant? And I'll tell you, the first thing I ask them back is, what makes you think you have a warrant? And who told you you have a warrant? And if we can ascertain that it was a police officer or a probation officer, then we can find out, well, did they tell you how much the warrant is? If we can find out how much the warrant is, we go from there. If we don't know from a police officer or a probation officer, and we just heard there's a rumor, somebody's girlfriend told them there's a warrant, or some police officer came by the door and knocked looking for you, well, then we need to find out from the police department. And I need to know which police department that is, because if it's a violation of probation warrant, I can look that up online. If it's a failure to appear warrant, I can look that up online. But if it's a hard copy warrant for something that happened that was requested by a police department, then that warrant is not accessible online. That's what we call a hard copy warrant. That hard copy warrant will probably have a bond set on it. So did the person who told you you have a warrant tell you how much the bond is? If they didn't, then we need to look into it. I need to know where that police department is that holds the warrant, because I can't call 150, 160 police departments all over Connecticut and annoy them, asking them, Jimmy's got a warrant, can you tell me how much it is? We need to know where it is. Once we know where it is, understand some of those warrants can take a couple weeks to become active. So once we know that the warrant, where it is and where it's out of, then we can go from there on turning yourself in and bonding back out. In most cases, it makes the most sense to bond back out at the police department, turn yourself in. That way you're turning yourself in on your terms. You're not getting picked up driving down the road and you've got your kid in the car and they're going to tow your car and DCF's going to take your kid or something. You want to turn yourself in on your terms. You get a court date. If it's not domestic, it's usually a couple weeks down the road. If it is domestic, it's going to be the next court date that's available. But in that case, at least you're walking into the courtroom from the audience, and you've turned yourself in. Nothing bad can come from doing that. Other than the good thing is you've gotten out. You go in, you get a court date at your own pace. You go in, you get time to get an attorney, have an attorney show up with you, and go from there. If you contact 3D Bail Bonds, 3D Bail Bonds, that's us. We will work with you. We will help you secure your release and coordinate everything so that you have a new court date down the road.